After getting out of prison, notorious Rollin' 60s neighborhood crip Big U would learn how to play hardball in the music industry from none other than Suge Knight. The infamous blood who had ruled the West Coast rap game with an iron fist was rumored to have used murder and extortion tactic to get ahead in the music biz. From his violent altercations in the lead up to the death of NWA's Eazy-E to the rumored incident where Vanilla Ice was allegedly dangled off a balcony and forced to sign over his lucrative royalties, eventually though, the law and his enemies would catch up with Suge Knight's hardline tactics and crack down on his operation. But by the time Suge Knight's downfall had begun, Big U was already in the game and decided to spread his wings and do his own thing. Apparently whilst inside prison, Big U, along with his right-hand man, Mark Martin, aka Bear Claw, founded an independent record label, Unique Music, in 1996. Big U would use the label to scout potential up-and-coming musical talent, and his deep street connections would lead him to the paths of some of LA's most legendary rappers. It turned out that Big U's nephew actually knew a young, talented Rollin' 60s rapper who went by the name Nipsey Hussle. Big U would begin to help Nipsey using his many industry contacts, ultimately landing him a major spotlight with a verse on Tupac's 2006 posthumous album, Pac's Life. Nip featured with Young Dre and Tupac himself on the song International, which gave Nipsey's career a massive boost.
Him and Big Draws put that together, and
I didn't know that.
They really had a resume at that time to justify it, but he gave me a shot. And a lot of that was based on the relationship he had with Draws and Steve.
So Big U kind of put Nipsey on. So that's probably why after a while, Big U probably felt like he had to get Nipsey up out of there, because Nipsey probably felt like he paid Big U back. Like he probably felt like, okay, yeah, you put me on, but I done helped you out. We even. Now I'm bigger than you. Now I'm finna do my own thing. I don't really need you no more, and I don't think folks like that.
Buying the physical CD, seeing Tupac featuring Nipsey Hussle on the back of it, that was huge for me.
Big U later reposted a clip from a Diverse Mentality documentary on Nipsey, along with a caption saying that it was an honor to give him the shot. Big U was playing a major role in Nipsey's come-up, leading Nipsey to drop his first real single and music video titled Bullets Ain't Got No Names in 2006. Nipsey would get support from Big U through the creation of an entire Bullets Ain't Got No Name full-length mixtape series. The story has it that Nipsey wanted to leave a bad deal that he'd got into with Big U's Unique label.
So I signed him to it. It was signed to a 10-year production contract, which started in 2009, which will end 2019.
Crazy.
Big U, on the other hand, has explained in the Drink Champs podcast that he stopped managing Nipsey after a promotional tour when police discovered drugs in one of their vehicles. And although someone would take the charges, Nipsey and others began acting differently towards Big U, which he interpreted as a breakdown in trust.
Radiator cap off, took the apart, stuck us in, I can't remember where we were, for 3 days. They took the and scanned it from the router to the tutor, found what they wanted on it, put it back together, gave it to us. I flew back home. When I fly home, we get hit. I get hit at home. They had 21 people. They think they got him. Anyway, make a long story short, he ended up turning himself in, take the case off all of us. He get life, right?
Damn.
For the drugs. When that happened,
life for the drugs is crazy.
Team is acting weird. So I'm looking at Steve, I'm looking at Nip. Man, get a paperwork from Sony so they can see that we releasing all this. They acting weird. So, me, I'm still kind of like, hey, I'm hot, hot and heavy, but I'm like, I can't with y'all. So you never see me on the tour no more.
Right.
And that's when the problem?
No problem never happened.
Okay.
We didn't have a problem.
Okay.
Wasn't nobody making no money.
Right.
But particularly after Big U's arrest, many have theorized that it may have been Big U who was using Nipsey's tours as a cover to smuggle drugs to different cities.
See, one thing about Big U is even before I started learning about all the, because I just learned that Big U might have had something to do with Nipsey death. You know what I'm saying? I just learned that. Do your homework on just learn it. But before I was hearing all the stories, I'm like, he sound like Suge Knight. Y'all know I call him over here, we call him Thanos. Do your homework on the club. You feel me? Do your homework on the club. This baby Thanos right here. He think he Suge Knight and Thanos all in one, folks. And I see a lot of similarities with, you know what I'm saying, Suge Knight. And I would not be surprised if he was, Hold on, y'all, because y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. CashKick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest and easiest ways to make money right now. All you have to do is play mobile games on your phone and you can earn up to $500 per deal. Now remember, I said cashkick.com is free to use, so they will never, ever, ever ask you to send them any type of money. Signing up is super easy. All you need is an email and a password. Once you sign up, all you have to do is download your first offer and start making money. Now your offers and reward amounts can change at any time. So that means you can download a game on your phone, play it for long enough, make $500 on one day, and the next day you can download a whole nother game, play it for long enough, make $300. Next day, same thing. This is some of the easiest money I can tell you about right now. And again, you can earn up to $500 per deal. So this is what I need you to do. Go to cashkick.com, make you an account, activate your account. Make sure you turn on allow tracking on your phone so that the app can actually track how much you're playing the game and earn you some of the easiest money you can make. Y'all can't say I ain't never did nothing for you.
Possibly making Nipsey nervous and looking for ways out.
I think Big U was using the tour bus, Nipsey's tour bus, to at least sometime or possibly do drug drop-offs, pick up money.
Yeah.
And it was making Nipsey hot. He was seeing himself about to take off. He wanted no parts.
Right.
Whatever the case, after the two stopped working together, Big U wanted back some of his studio equipment so his son could also use them to record music, something which apparently angered Nipsey.
That's when they got upset, and he made the song. I don't rap,
that song never came out.
It did come out.
It did come out?
It did come out. It wasn't never pushed as a song, but it came out, and I mean, I don't rap, I scrap.
Disagreements would lead to Nipsey making a diss song about Big U, a song titled You Don't Got a Clue from his 2010 mixtape The Marathon, where Nipsey got some things off his chest, rapping how somebody, likely Big U, doesn't have a clue about what they want to do for Nip's career.
I'm busy getting rich, you think I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do. I feel them. Cause you might have put me in that room, bro, but at the same time, I ain't really asked you to do that. You know, second of all, I don't think his feature with Tupac did too much for him. Like, yeah, it was cool, but it ain't like he got the feature on Tupac and then he signed a deal the next day and he was just rich as hell. Hell, he had to keep working. He was shooting his own videos, paying for his own studio time. You know what I'm saying? Selling his own cars and doing whatever he was doing to make his own money. We all know that about Nipsey. So if you running around trying to take all this damn credit for something that you feel like you did when you really ain't do it, it's like, yeah, you not finna tell me what I gotta do because you put me on a damn Tupac song, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you?
Saying that he's not going to stop for them and that he doesn't want somebody controlling him, rapping how he came up tough so he was never looking at Big U for a solution to his problems, and suggesting that his former team never really helped him push his career forward. Nip would rap F the middleman, and he would end his verse saying don't expect any favors from him because he wasn't given any favors. According to Loose Cannon, who's probably not the most reliable narrator, Big U would confront Nipsey about the track and challenge him to a fight where Nipsey would then supposedly move and dance around Big U so fast that he would leave him exhausted, almost like a scene from an old school action comedy.
And he was like, hey, cuz, is this song about me? So Nipsey stood up or whatever and was like, yeah, cuz it's about you. So he was drinking some water out of a water bottle and he threw it on Nipsey, right? He was like, we're gonna have
what in the love and hip hop is that?
To go get down or whatever. So he thought Nipsey was gonna back down. Nipsey stood up and was like, okay, cuz, let's go get down.
Right.
They were just dancing around or whatever like that. He was trying to get Nipsey or whatever, but Nipsey was just moving, dancing.
Yeah,
and stuff like
that skinny nigga syndrome.
And he couldn't hit Nipsey, so he got tired. So he knew he didn't get Nipsey the way he wanted to get Nipsey, right?
An unsatisfied Big U then allegedly got the whole gang involved, calling Nipsey up to get disciplined and allegedly beating him up before Black Sam fired into the air, stopping the fight, leading to police being called and breaking things up. Wack 100 would later claim that Big U actually knocked Nipsey Hussle out during their fight.
First time they first fall out, when they first got Nipsey signed, Nipsey come back, was a fallout, they went down, there was a fight, rumble happened. I believe Big U knocked Nipsey out. Black Sam comes out, fires 3-4 shots in the air. He's fresh out the penitentiary. Police sitting right across the street, they see it.
Right.
They come in, they arrest everybody. Black Sam's on parole.
Now, there's some conflicting reasons circulating for this exact fight. It's been rumored that Nipsey Hussle has a daughter by a mother that was allegedly Big U.
Didn't know Nipsey first baby mama was Big U's niece. That explains a lot. This story just get wicked every time, bro.
His niece, or at least a close family friend.
There was
allegedly an incident circulating in a Reddit post where it was claimed that Nipsey actually beat up another man who had been dating his baby's mother after they split up, with Nip administering this beatdown because the man was apparently creating an unsafe environment for their daughter, with it being believed that the woman might have even got harmed herself in the scuffle, leading Big U to be furious at Nipsey. Ultimately though, Nipsey and Big U would eventually squash their beef and didn't have any more public animosity in the years that followed, but Nipsey's brother Black Sam seemingly always had an issue with Big U.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was reciprocated.
And then I'm gonna keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother weren't the best of friends.
Right.
You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like.
Right.
You gonna have people that your people don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Nipsey's Rolling 60s gang ties would be the ultimate liability throughout his career to the very end. A planned private performance in 2010 saw a massive bust on the Rolling 60s members that he was affiliating with.
These people under arrest after police raid a nightclub where dozens of members of an LA street gang were partying.
Police received information that gang members of the Rolling 60s, a violent South LA gang, would be holding a private party here at the Platinum Club here in
One thing about
LAPD,
boy, when they come to like gang members, like if you not from LA, you just a rich dude in LA. I ain't from personal experience, they not gonna mess with you. I'm telling you right now. But if they know you or they know you affiliated out here, they gonna fuck with you.
City. So they decided it would be a good time to do a gang sweep. Now take a look. It all went down around 2 in the morning. The Platinum Club was surrounded by dozens of officers. They arrested about 40 people they say are gang members of the gang Rolling 60s. Officers say they learned of the so-called hood party several days before the big event. Now outside of the club, the marquee had a sign there that said who was headlining the party. They are Nipsey Hussle and Dealmakers International. You can also see the number 6x10. Now, police say that was the secret Rolling 60s gang sign. Right. An officer from North Hollywood was the first to approach the front door of the club, and he says that he was rushed by a group of people inside the club. He called for help, and officers from all areas responded immediately. Now, officers say this gang sweep will clearly cripple the illegal activities of the Rolling 60s gang, at least for a while.
As time went on, Nipsey would do more things that reportedly angered Big U.
They always think that they stopping something, bro. As soon as you arrest one person, gang, unless you catch somebody with $10 million worth of drugs or something like that, bro, just because you arrest somebody don't mean a damn thing. All that's finna happen is they finna get arrested, and whoever's under them know what time it is. You arrested right now, so I'm gonna run this operation for you. I'm gonna keep your money on the side. It's very simple. You're not really ever gonna stop nothing unless you just arrest the whole hood, which they won't do.
Like bringing Treetop Pyru rapper YG to the Rolling 60s hood for the music video for the song Sitches Ain't Bit in 2011. Apparently Nipsey had to fight multiple Rolling 60s after this perceived violation, but this didn't stop his role, and later Nipsey would even return the favor, attending YG's hood to film the music video for I'm a Thug that featured Meek Mill. This was a video that ironically had footage of fellow Rolling 60 Brick Baby getting arrested. But anyway, as Nip's career grew, it seemed that Big U's stance towards Nipsey had softened, and he was showing him respect publicly, with Big U being seen doing a speech in Nipsey's honor in 2018 during an event for his Developing Options
non-profit. He thought he was James St. Patrick. Look, he got the suit on and everything.
Where rap heavyweights like T.I. and Wiz Khalifa were also in attendance.
Look who came through. Yeah, you know, I got my all black on, man. You know, all black everything. Steve Maniac Low Bill, day one right here, you know. Big U, what up, baby?
Be you and Low Bill. Sure.
You need that. Yeah, that's legendary. Woo!
Remember that. He did what no other rappers do today. He sold his own music. He sold his own music. So when I came along and Steve came along, we had a formula that merged with what he do. But he outworked.
Hey, shout out the Hood War Stories. This channel right here, bro. They be whoever that is, bro. They be putting it together.
Artists I've seen. I'm talking about business-wise. I'm not talking about on the mic. Because if you notice, this man is a more professional than 90% of the dudes who are trying to grow to his level. But I'm saying that to our young baby, to a T, he outworked a whole lot of people. And this is the reason why we are giving him the award, the Businessman Award, because he really exudes everything that you need to exercise in business. So let's give this man a hand.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I came to his house And he lived in all places in A-Tray neighborhood and was really, he really had a mic in his closet and was recording his own self.
Hell yeah.
Remember that?
And at one point, Big U would even crip walk on stage, and Nipsey would in return honor Big U in his speech, saying how everybody in the hood saw him as a leader.
And see what that turned into, and putting pressure on us to just stay focused, you know, standing in front of us as young dudes from the area. And always, I remember he like, you know, it's not gonna be one room I walk into that my homeboys can't walk into with me. And I always respected and looked up to him as a leader and as somebody that was just a real man. And I love to see everybody out here tonight dressed up, looking good. You know, I think we gotta give him a round of applause as well. And like I said, I love you, bro. We're gonna keep pushing. Day one. Thank y'all.
So they got cool. They got cool.
Nipsey was having massive success, culminating in the release of his critically acclaimed 2018 debut studio album, Victory Lap, where he would even shout out Big U, aka Big Draws.
And I'm eating breakfast.
My shirt drunk, yeah, all that. I've been working. You know, I ain't saved everything, man. Victory Lap, come his phone.
He wasn't gonna save anyway.
I wasn't, but I was gonna change my shirt though. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm working.
We will let y'all hear some music, but you gotta wait to pay for it. Ain't no free no more.
It's coming.
And you ain't downloading it, we're gonna put a tag. If you steal the music,
so they was cool right before
coming to your house and putting that
car wash when you got your tent set up. We gonna beat your.
But in March 2019, Nipsey allegedly angered Big U once again by bringing DJ Khaled to the 60s hood.
Now this is where it gets spooky for me, because I heard that this is what really pissed Big U off, and they got on some, like, you know,
They were there to shoot a music video for Khaled's song Higher that featured Nipsey and John Legend. Allegedly, Big U sent Rollin' 60s members to the shoot to cause trouble, causing Nipsey and Khaled to have to finish the shoot in a parking lot. TMZ, on the other hand, claimed from their sources at the video shoot that Nipsey had seemingly received threats on his life before the shoot had even taken place, and that he was apparently prepared with an exceptionally large security team. They would also claim that it was actually during the filming at the parking structure in Inglewood where Nipsey's team were concerned about somebody from the local Bloods coming to kill him. Some people online would also claim that Big U was actually cool with Nipsey at this time, but it was really a bunch of younger Rolling 60s members that just wanted to rob DJ Khaled, causing trouble, with there also being reports of some friction between some Rolling 60s and Inglewood Blood members that might have caused some tension at the shoot. Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, would later seemingly...
I'm not gonna lie to you though, gang. If I'm DJ Khaled, I'm not pulling up in your hood if I don't have the police with me. FBI, open up! You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too damn... DJ Khaled is too rich, man. I'm not pulling up on this corner and doing no fucking music video in this damn projects unless you call the LAPD. Do your homework. Otherwise, I'm not pulling up. Is y'all fucking crazy?
Confirm that someone had indeed pressed them at the video shoot, but wouldn't specify exactly who it was.
Not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into with certain people. You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on it, but we came frontline like we always do. And, you know, gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing. Ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled. Ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled. And he's straight. And Hustle frontline that. And, you know, we felt like certain people.
And I feel like Big U ain't like that, because it's like, oh, hold on. Hold on, I'm the big boss. I'm the big leader over here. What you mean this nigga came, he blew up with rapping, and now he coming back to the hood calling shots. He coming back to the hood like, yeah, he's straight, and y'all ain't finna do nothing. We finna shoot this video. And he ain't even talk to Big U. So now Thanos, do your homework on the glove. Thanos, Big U, Lil Suge Knight, he feel like, oh, what you mean? You think you just do whatever you want to do without asking me, without paying me, without... Yeah, all right, I'm gonna show you something. You feel me? It was on some spooky shit like that, which is weird to me, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I'm a grown ass man. Big U, 50, 60 years old. What I look like sending some young niggas to press somebody who 20 and 30 because he's shooting a video in a hood that I don't live in no more? What fucking sense do that make?
After getting out of prison,
you know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on it, but we came frontline like ain't nobody saying nothing. Frontline that. And, you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that.
But whatever the case, only a few days later, Nipsey would tragically be gunned down in front of his mouth and clothing store in the Rolling 60s
Come on,
hood.
bro. Come on, bro. You not gonna tell me that's a coincidence? So you saying a few days after the? I didn't know that part. It just got spooky. So you saying Nipsey Hussle died a few days after the DJ Khaled video shoot? Come on, bro. What am I supposed to think when I hear all this information right here?
Less than a mile away from Big U's childhood stomping grounds on Arlington Avenue, Nipsey was gunned down by a man named Eric Holder, known in the streets because a fellow member of the Rolling 60s who was allegedly mad at Nipsey for accusing him of being a snitch. Eric Holder is also an old close friend of one of the other names mentioned in the new RICO case, the rapper and No Jumper host Brick Baby, real name Zaire Mitchell, another 60 that uses the moniker as a street name.
That day he got put on, we came up with the name. That was like a name that was really made for him. Right. But he can't come in and be big. So being my big homie, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's big, and I'm little, are you gonna be baby?
But anyway, following Nipsey's murder, different conspiracy theories would begin to spread about his death, suggesting that it might have been more than just a random argument with a low-level Rolling 60s member. One of these,
and that's what I thought this whole time, but like hearing all of this real information, and I'm sure LA, like the hoods of LA probably been knew this, but
theories being that Big U had somehow been involved in the murder himself, particularly as he would seemingly tell different versions about where he had been the day of the murder, as well as having a motive due to the rumors that Nipsey had allegedly refused to re-sign a contract to be under Big U's label.
And for those who don't know, Big U is said to be responsible for the death of Nipsey Hussle. This is what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, a lot of people
because
saying
he keeps changing his story about the day that Nipsey Hussle died.
We actually was on 6th Ave with 100 cars. We got all the streets blocked. We waiting on UK to come out the house. Everybody phone blowing up. Nip got hit. Nip got hit. We flying up there. We fly up there and we see the scene.
And then like later on, he would forget he said that, and then he'd go on live on IG and say that he wasn't even in town the day that Nipsey died.
Y'all was accusing me of I ain't even do. And what's funny, I wasn't even in town. So figure that one out. But I ain't gonna trust it.
And Nipsey Hussle.
See, that's when you know it, the line. That's when you just know somebody lying, because it's like, if you ain't even smart enough or on point enough to remember the lie that you came up with the first time, bro, like, you feel me? You don't even remember the lie that you came up with the first time. You saying a whole different story. You get me? Like, that's completely different. Nipsey Hussle, when Nipsey Hussle died, we got the car, we flew up there and seen the scene. A few months later, you on live just talking. This is why street niggas not supposed to talk. This is why you're not supposed to be talking. But you get on there and talk, and you say a whole nother story talking about something you wasn't in town. Okay, so which one was it, bro? Was you in town or was you not in town? And if you, whichever one you was, why did you lie about this situation if you have nothing to do with the murder?
Was signed to Big U, to Big U's record label, and that contract was due to be up, and Nipsey Hussle wasn't going to re-sign, so that provided motive. Okay,
I signed him to it. It was signed to a 10-year production contract, which started in 2009, which would end 2019.
He died in March 31st. Damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And why you look like that? Like,
Big U reportedly also didn't attend Nipsey's funeral, and an IG Live sometime after the murder would appear to show Big U laughing when somebody commented justice for Nip, and going on to say that people are waiting for him to do an interview.
What you waiting on, though? You don't know what you waiting on, though. What you waiting on? You got to tell us what you waiting on. Damn, my mama broke you with a
justice for them.
Like, why they laughing? I don't understand what's the point of laughing.
Right there, like, yeah, you got it. I swear to God, everybody that was showing this shit,
you did. You did.
However, the day after Nipsey was killed, Big U would post what seemed to be a heartfelt tribute to Nipsey, with a caption that said how hurt he was at the news, whilst also interestingly pointing out that the last time he spoke to Nipsey was 3 days ago at the DJ Khaled video shoot, something that no one really publicly knew at that time. With Big U saying in the caption that when they were at the video shoot together, they had spoken about building a school, which some have taken as Big U actually trolling, given the fact that it was rumored that a much more tense conversation.
Yeah, he trolling. We just talked about doing a school together 3 days ago while he was at the DJ Khaled video shoot in the hood. Like, what kind of secret, weird messaging was that, bro?
Had taken place at that shoot. Even back then, people were getting straight
you lying,
in the comments.
You killed him, you fucking snake. Now y'all on sandbag. Lames, nobody follows you. You're a nobody in the hood. Snake. We all know that you set him up, killed him.
On Big U's post,
so
saying
y'all
that he was the one who set Nipsey
I
up
swear to God, I didn't know nothing about it, but I ain't from LA though.
To get killed. And as time went on, Big U would post more tributes to Nipsey to his Instagram page, with yet more comments continuing to...
why you got Nipsey murdered? Why you sent the death threats to DJ Khaled video shoot? Why y'all snake out whose whole mission was to help kids and feed his family? I hope karma come back 10 times.
Reference a possible setup and the DJ Khaled music video. Less than a week after Nipsey's murder, Big U took to Instagram to announce a peace march in the hood in Nipsey's memory.
Greetings to everybody. To get this message today, we are having a vigil for Nipsey Hussle.
He got a good ass voice too. He got that.
3 to 5 today for all the different gangs in LA that want to come out and support. Over the last 2 days, we have been having meetings amongst us, A-Trays, Rolling 60s, Hoovers, East Coasters, Bounty Hunters, and everybody like mind to come together. We're going to ask that everybody come to Crenshaw and Slauson, be there by 3. We want everybody to park in the Ralph's parking lot. We're going to be escorting everybody from the Ralph's parking lot to the memorial. It's not open to the public.
Okay.
It's only for LA street gangs, Bloods, Crips with the like mind and want to support and pay homage to one of our lost soldiers, one of our good brothers and teachers.
So he tried to.
So it's open from 3 to 5.
And it really happened like that.
And this indeed went ahead. Over a year after Nipsey was killed, Big U proudly showed off that he had met and recorded a podcast with DJ Khaled and Fat Joe, posting a video where he seemed to be very happy to be with DJ Khaled, specifically with Khaled returning the love and shouting out Big U.
That's right, love, Big U.
No, that's right.
And this is why a lot of shit be fake too. That's why we want to show y'all. Like, for all we know, Big U could have went strong arm DJ Khaled, and DJ Khaled just kind of sitting there on some, like, okay, this is kind of what I gotta do, but I don't want to. Because why did he pull his mask down? It's like he pulled his mask down to show y'all who he was.
That's right, love, Big U.
No, that's right.
All he said was love, Big U. And he said, there you go.
Posted by Big U's label, Unique Music, with captions saying that they miss Nipsey. After Nipsey's death, there was a post on Unique Music's Instagram page claiming that Big U was the person who had introduced Nipsey to the world, but people in the comments would continue to claim that Big U was responsible for what happened, once again suggesting that Nipsey was set up by Big U for trying to leave him behind. After Nipsey's death, Big U posted Nipsey along with references to his unique label numerous times, including one ominous post where he put up a video of Nipsey saying that he can't follow other people, they should be following him.
Blind can't lead the blind, bro.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
gotta have a vision.
Yes, sir.
And you gotta follow who got the vision. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
if you
sir.
stuck on stupid, I ain't gonna judge you or have no disrespect for you, but I'm
gonna be
not,
over here.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna follow you or take heed to your opinion. You're gonna have to follow what I'm doing.
I heard
and
that.
after a while, that way of thinking versus this way of thinking, more people lean toward this way because of the results.
You're right.
And in the 2025 indictment,
People probably stopped messing with Big U for real. And Nipsey Hussle honestly, if Nipsey Hussle was playing by the real street rules, he should have probably got Big U whacked. But because Nipsey Hussle ain't like that and he ain't on that. He just wasn't on that. He was on the money, he was on the kids, he was on the positivity. But sometimes that positivity like it did, bro, sometimes it gets you smoked because you out here trying to be, you trying to push something forward and you don't understand that negativity is just as heavy on you and they'll kill you out here just because you trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy though.
It was claimed
over a
in
little
the
bit of money.
Conversation, Big U even suggested that he was the biggest Rolling 60 member ever, specifically saying that he was bigger than Nipsey Hussle. But despite the passing years, the rumors of Big U's involvement never went away, and people online would continue to speculate endlessly about potential conspiracy surrounding Nipsey's passing. Big U would comment on the rumors directly on numerous occasions, like in a 2022 No Jumper appearance, where he said that he was just associated with the murder of Nipsey because he's a very famous Rolling 60s member, and suggesting that he had a great relationship with Nipsey, and people are just spreading the rumor for money and clout.
Like how we was beefing when all his songs, every album he put out, since we had the so-called altercation, he shouted me out.
However, in 2024,
that's not proving nothing. That was a stupid statement. Because he shouted you out in older songs, like, but y'all got into it a few days before he died, though. So of course it wouldn't be no songs out of him. You know what I'm saying, though?
Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, would do a podcast with Big Boy, alluding to someone being sent to kill Nipsey, rather than this just being an isolated crash out.
Right. As random as what the public thought it was. Like,
the public thought it was just
Nipsey
random.
Somebody, Eric, and talked, and
I mean, you know, he already got convicted, so for me, without going into too many details.
Yeah.
So for me, he felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever.
Yeah.
It just don't make no sense. It's not random, you know.
It's not random.
It's gonna come to the light.
Loose Cannon, a former ally of Big U and one of the co-defendants in the upcoming case,
We know about
revealed
this
on No
part.
Jumper that Big U had told him Nipsey was dead before it even happened, with Loose Cannon saying that Big U had prior knowledge of Nipsey's death
this video
before it
give
all
me
went
chills
down,
every time I
mentioning
watch
on the
it.
phone to him, which led him to call Nipsey Hussle moments before the shooting took place.
He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone.
Look at Wack 100 learning this too.
Or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got, or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? You mean that?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, "Yeah, I love you, cuz," or whatever like that. I'll see you later, or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey, and so I'm like,
wait. You get a call.
Look
from
at
Big
Wack's
U
face.
telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah, and
you
we
like
were just
okay.
talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
You don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
And
just
30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
TV
you a little too early?
This clip actually led to a cease and desist being served on No Jumper, and Adam22 being advised to remove the content from his channel.
So everybody knows I got a cease and desist about the Loose Cannon interview that I did with Wack 100, and a cease and desist showed up from the one and only. Never thought my life would go in this direction. Never thought I would be getting a legal notice from
this person.
The big man himself.
Oh,
Big
yeah, I just seen
you.
Big U said he ain't feeling that
Big
shit.
Yusufer.
Big
Is that a diss? I think that's a whack term. I don't want to say that. So from our perspective, we have decided to back away from this. This is not a narrative that I was really interested in pushing in the first place. The idea that Big U had any sort of, criminal doings in his adult life, or that, that he was involved with anything with Nipsey. This is not something I ever really bought in on.
Right.
It was kind of a surprise to me that it got trotted out on the podcast. I don't have to make this kind of statement about why we decided to remove it or whatever, but I did ultimately make the decision to take it down.
Interestingly though, when the 2025 criminal complaint dropped, it would turn out that Loose Cannon wasn't just anybody claiming Big U's involvement, but he was in fact an alleged former enforcer for Big U, conducting robberies on his behalf as part of an extortion racket, later described by the criminal complaint as Big U Enterprises. But even more crazy, even before the criminal complaint revealed these bombshell allegations, Loose Cannon would openly tell stories about these robberies that he did for Big U on the No Jumper podcast for the whole world to hear.
This so stupid. That was so stupid to me.